Welcome to the recipe. I am your host, the Red Knight, and it is time for the Xbox partner preview. You're now tuned into the NX podcast, and yeah, here we are. It's on. Welcome to the recipe. I am your host, the Red Knight, and it is. Okay, what's this? Oh, the Xbox logo and the Epic. Did it do that the last time? Yeah, it's been like I want to say almost I think 5 shows. Let's not count that Xbox sit down podcast that happened as a show, because to me that wasn't a show.
Won't you at least tell me what we're doing here?
In game footage.
All I know is that it's serious.
What is this, Prince of Persia?
It's more than serious, Luna. It is dangerous.
No, this is something else. The fact that I even compared it to Prince of Persia tells you that it's a good looking game. Reflector. Bandai Namco. Okay.
In my experience,
What's up, everybody tuning in?
Comes from the best intentions.
The cycle is starting again. How many more times must we endure the vanity of the Nine?
When there isn't a path to be found,
Make one.
Okay. So what does she have, like? Because it looks like she's like ripping their souls out at certain points, but also, did she just take control of this dude? Okay, so she got some crazy powers. I was gonna say it looks like she's connecting to the spirits. Did she make him splash from the inside? It's like that ability you had in the Mordor games.
And so shall you be
In a
here
way.
again. In fact, you're here right now.
Damn, that's right around the corner, and that looks interesting. Assassin's Creed Tomb Raider looks good. Dennis, what's up? What's up? Jack Gates, what up?
In-depth developer update on Xbox Wire.
Unknown Awakening.
Everyone's got an ex-employer they wish they never worked for. Not everyone's ex-employer set them up to take.
All right, so this is in-engine footage.
Just so happens they.
So that's the
found
art style they're
all
going
that.
for. I love it.
They call me Lady Luck.
It's like a more cartoony Dishonored.
Every card I draw is lucky.
Lady
And
Luck.
when I find out what my old coven is up to, they better hope they have a good hand. Not tonight, boys.
So wait, is that the way the gameplay gonna be? You're gonna pick cards and then do like different abilities?
If the coven wants to play, they'll have to play dirty.
Cause her abilities like made me feel like this could easily be an RPG. Oh, third-person stealth sim, or that, and that's coming into Game Pass. That's the first Game Pass one. I'll definitely check that out. Frostpunk. Oh, this is the one on the rig?
What if you could change the decisions?
No, this is
you
something
get in
completely
your
different.
life and see the outcomes of those choices with your very own eyes. The Altars tells the story of Yandals, a simple miner who survived a crash landing on a hostile planet.
So they mixed everything
He
in
quickly
game, which
realizes
is
that
this,
what was
which looks
supposed to be
awesome.
a lifetime job opportunity turns into a desperate fight for his life. Yan will need to handle
Yeah,
a large
man.
mobile base that's designed to be operated by an entire team of qualified personnel.
Does it roll or does it fly?
Even worse, the planet Yan landed on
I think it
revolves
rolls like a
around
big wheel.
deadly scorching star.
This looks sick.
Escaping the sunrise is crucial for survival. Despite his best efforts, Yan simply lacks the time and skills to deal with all these problems on his own. But The planet Yan is stranded on.
He's gonna find some aliens to help him. This looks sick. The art direction is
With its
serious.
use and the help of the quantum computer on board, Yan is able to create
All of it, even the
alternative
textures of the
versions
wires on the ground under him.
the altars.
Oh, you could create yourself? Or are you aging through the time?
Each one
Which
of
one
them
is
is
it?
the result of altering a crucial decision from Yan's past.
Okay, so it's
The
like
altars are a reflection of the
multiverse.
questions he asks himself. What if I never left my hometown? What if I didn't drop out of college? What if I fought harder to save my marriage?
that's a lot of what ifs, bro.
Our altars have the necessary knowledge and skills that we desperately need to succeed. But they also come with their own goals, ambitions, and fears, all derived from their different life paths. And that can generate problems.
Stop pretending you have any idea how I feel.
Incompetence, incoherent decision-making, a groundbreaking mission on the verge of failure.
It's cool. Like the art style is mad cool
Hope I don't
because it looks
screw it up
realistic, but then it has like this
You want
enough
a
touch
relationship that lasts.
of
Put some effort in it.
Each Yan is a
animatedness
different person. It will be extremely
that I
difficult
feel
to
to
keep
let this game
everyone
like
happy.
stand the test of time
You gotta
versus games that try
learn
to
how
be
say
hyper
no
realistic.
sometimes.
Because the
But we
details are
must do
crazy.
whatever we can, because as the mission goes on, the challenges will only pile up.
Yeah, it rolls.
Obstacles on the outside, internal tensions that could prove to be even more dangerous, and with a ticking
Damn,
clock of
that
the
looks
deathly
sick.
sun behind our backs, the only way home is to press forward.
And they ain't show like no combat or nothing like that. Game Pass, another one. What the hell is the name of this game? The what? I'm gonna wait till the Xbox graphic says it, because I have no idea. That's a D. The Adders. Oh, guess they're not gonna say nothing about it. Art starts fire already. They told you the graphics card they run in to show the game and everything. That's pretty cool. Let's standardize that. Damn, this is gorgeous. Alright, so here we go. We got Everwild, yo. Yo, this is beautiful. Somebody gonna say it, so I might as well say it too, right? Imagine if Pokemon looked like this. That's awesome. The character, the main character, is amazing. And who knows, maybe it's a creator character. Oh. It's like taming stuff, it's not fighting stuff. This is what I was saying, kind of like what Everwild should have been. Oh, not shit. I think, yeah, that's what she's doing. It's like she's making them chill out. That's what I said. Everwild should be a giant world where you just like taming beasts instead of killing them. Because every game is killing basically. And then before, you know, 4 party members running around doing that. Game Pass. I'm definitely playing this. Another one. And that visually, I mean,
Learn how Creatures of Ava
is the
plays
best
the
looking
role of Savior in the
Creatures
first look
of
preview
Ava, yeah.
on Xbox Wire.
You know, best looking Pokemon like game. Let's just say that. Blows out Power World, all that. Yeah, Game Pass. You knew this was gonna be a Game Pass feast and extravaganza. And stay tuned for after the show. We're gonna talk about Timesplitters, man, because there was some leaked footage. I ain't gonna show the footage here. I'm gonna tell you right now, but we're gonna talk about it. Chucky. So it's his own thing. Wasn't he just put in Dead by Daylight, so he got his own game? It's hilarious. But I like how this game is actually different from those. It looks, you know, a lot more hectic and just going for crazy fun.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your
I definitely gotta play this.
You.
Available today. Alright, so that's a Roblox, and that's awesome. I ain't never played Roblox, and I don't intend to, but that's awesome. Chucky's everywhere. The Altars. That's what that was called? That wasn't the D? See, that's what I said. Creatures of Ava looks sick. Creatures of Ava was my favorite thing they showed so far. Got that same, like, even though it looks nothing like it, just like when I saw the gunk, I was like, that looked amazing. And that game was mad fun. Yeah, I don't think that pistol's gonna work. Bunch of creatures from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, good job. You gave away your location. Yo. Uh-huh. You're doing the Harlem Shake. That's when you run. Oh. Yeah. This guy's going through it. Yeah. The upside down got uglier. The Sinking City 2. 2025.
Want to dive deeper into this mystery? Discover more about this long-awaited sequel in our Xbox Wire.
Yeah, but Xbox been having a lot of shows. That's what I was saying earlier. Creative John with the Harlem Shake.
Walk free and bear the light for others to follow.
You could tell all of this is in game.
We scions
Characters
will
that
fight
stay where you
until our
do
last
they?
breath.
Forward, my friends, for freedom and justice!
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Darkness and light,
Oh,
despair and hope. As goeth one, so goeth the other.
I'll see if I tone it down. What is it on? It's 1440. It ain't even on 4K. I just put it on auto. March 21st. Wasn't Final Fantasy already, or was that a different Final Fantasy? I don't know. It don't even matter. Refined for console. So via backwards compatibility. It's cool that they did this before the new one, though. And it's crazy how good this one looks. That explains why because I never played the series. That explains why the second game looks like, you know, one of the best games we've seen so far this generation. Because this shit still holds up today. Oh, come on, the blood splattering. Now dudes be trying to tell you wrong for expecting basic, you know, standardized shit that we've been seeing in games forever like that. Like even seeing you control your character and tell them to go there, like we used to get that in a lot of games. Nowadays you don't see that. But there's other examples I can make, like, you know, characters coming out of water and being wet. Like that was mad cool in one way, when you would see the footsteps. What year was that? 2003. They tell you wrong now for expecting the character in a, and I use giant air quotes, AAA game to come out wet. I'm like, yo, y'all for real? Like, and y'all trying to weaponize someone's opinion on that, or like expectation on that, and try to make it seem like, oh, look, this is why, you know, developers this and developers that, and people getting fired. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, these two things don't correlate with one another. Well, this is why developers do crunch. I'm like, because of that, like that, you gonna take that and run with it. What I'm talking about is basically, this is awesome. It's like a sight truck, sight bike, and all that. You know, it's Final Fantasy, the latest one. Dude jumped out the water as Cloud. He was like, bro, how he fully dry and not wet at all? And I'm like, yeah, you would notice that because it is odd. It's like the water isn't really there. But yeah, like people was really trying to attack him. I'm like, damn, this is wild. Like, we're in a funny era right now, because it's the same thing like with wrestling, when like they booed a girl who wrestled. Like, I didn't see the match, but it was like not up to par, whatever. And then people was like, oh, this is why wrestling fans are the worst. I'm like, because they booed a wrestler who they didn't like. This is what wrestling fans do. You boo what you like. I mean, you boo what you don't like, and you cheer what you like. The rules didn't just change. It's like one thing. This isn't like they booing her, the person. They just booing the situation. It's like, yo, it was good. Step your game up. That's it. Nothing crazy. But now it's like, oh, how dare you? Every game in this has awesome art styles. It's crazy because they got sequels, a lot of, you know, IP that are known in this one. Well, the last one had Metal Gear in this, so it makes sense. This one will be bigger and better than the last one. Yeah, that's why I've been putting on shows, what, since the first one, they did, Tokyo Game Show in September. I'm talking about after their January show. I mean January show, their June show. But if you count since January when you know, Hi-Fi, it's like, yo, it never ends with them. They just keep going. And now, since September, they've done Tokyo Game Show. October they did, what show did they do in October? This, the partner, the first one. November, I don't think they did nothing, but then they basically made the Game Awards their show. And then they did a January direct, right? Then February, obviously, they had to have that conversation about 4 games and And now we get this partner preview. It don't end, and we already got the confirmation of the next, you know, showcase in June, the E3 like one. We got their consoles, you know, announcements. You know, dated basically for the fall, plus future consoles already announced. Yet right now, if you go online, there's rumors of Xbox leaving the console space. This is when Xbox gonna leave it. Like, yo, you can't make this up. They'll come out, say something, and they'll just be like, yeah, whatever fuck what they said, we're gonna talk about this. It's always with Xbox. It's like people want to keep them in the era of 2013. They want to not acknowledge their games. It's wild. Expansion Pass. So that's in Game Pass? Like, you don't actually have to pay for it.
The Dark Hour has in store for Game Pass members this year.
Yeah, for Game Pass
Xbox
members.
Wire.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's definitely smart then to release Stalker. Release date reveal. Oh, so what was it, like a beta that they were doing or something? Monster Jam Showdown. And the expansion pass. We still going? They said there's more. In-game footage and cinematics. Gotcha. Oh yeah, this game, wasn't this at the last one? With the crazy anime looking art style. This game looks sick. One of the best looking video games ever. It's like, it has exactly what I like about Breath of the Wild and stuff with that art style. Like, this looks crazy. This looks like you're playing a movie. Look at that. Dude, this game is going to be huge. Yo. Oh, he was on him with that axe. Did the Aragorn style walk into the room. Whoa. I'm glad we seeing this game again. And it didn't just, you know, like disappear. Because it was one of those things when you saw it, was like, yo, that shit looks a little bit too good to be true. And it's like, nope, here it is. Still looking exactly like what it looked like, even better now. And they're focusing right now on these actual fights, because the last one jumped around, showed a lot of enemies' location. Yeah, Kazan, the first Berserker. Insane.
Kalunga, God of Death.
EA Originals, here we go.
And why, Zhao, have you called me?
I already got this book.
It is told that there are 3 great spirits who have denied you.
It's already installed.
I seek my Baba's return in exchange for these spirits.
Tales of Kinzera Zhao takes you on a journey.
Ooh, look at
through a
this
land
location. I
enriched
love
with
these
myth and legend,
backgrounds.
but torn apart by illness and tragedy. Grief is ever present here. From the arid deadlands, the harsh and unforgiving terrain, to the dense and dangerous forest floor of the woodlands, a place laden with mystery and fear. In your arsenal, you carry your late father's masks. The Mask of the Moon, utilized best for crowd control.
Bro, like,
and the Mask
I
of
think
Sun,
the demo is still up on Steam, so you could try it.
The Mask of the Moon,
on PC.
The Mask of the Sun. You must embrace the dance of the shaman. Each ability gained by the player can be used both traversally as well as in
You
the
gotta
fray of
freeze
combat.
this, and you know, jump on it like it's
For
so
example,
cool.
take Akida's spear. Not only can it be used to activate elements that are out of reach, but also engage and pierce through multiple
I
enemies
assume
at
that
once.
this is also
And with each small victory along your journey, you will grow and better
the
yourself, obtaining power
Xbox
and tools that
version,
allow you
actually
to turn
Xbox
the tides
version.
of battle in your favor.
The way you took that rojo out was amazing!
She's still running from him.
Up on people, young shaman.
We are shamans, healers in a land long past healing.
It's a lot of
The
characters.
complexities of grief inspired the foundations of the world of Kinzera. You will be faced with intricate puzzles, arduous obstacles, and deceptive traps that demand both patience and skill to overcome. And though the path is fraught with adversity, an even fiercer battle rages within you.
Sick.
Mercy is a rare flower that blooms.
If you like Ori, you'll like this. If you like Prince of Persia, you'll like this. If you like Metroid, you'll like this. If you like those games, yeah, man, you got good taste, how I feel. You got real good taste, because I love all those games. 11-Bit Studios presents. It's people. You got the Senate, their future. You remember when games wouldn't come to the console that were like this, and now you get them? Because obviously, you know, you could just plug a mouse and keyboard into any console. Hard date. Frostpunk 2. See, sequels. They showing off games with built-in audience. That's why I said this show is good because of that. Oh, the Capcom game from last time. That's what's up, that they following up on the stuff that they showed before. Cause this game looked crazy too, with all the goddamn flower hands, tree hands, whatever the hell they were. That's what I remember, because that shit was freaky as hell in the first trailer. But look at the art style, it's crazy. This is like Capcom. Oh, and I heard Capcom is giving all their employees raises, and new employees now, getting paid more. I said, that's a nice story to come on here and talk about, versus coming on here and talking about people getting fired all the time. Like, Capcom got Monster Hunter coming out, they got this coming out, they got Resident Evil games in the work, or a bunch of franchises that you love, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and this is right in their wheel bag. When you think of Capcom and you see this, you're like, yeah, that makes sense, right? Like, it's just, this feels like Onimusha. It's just good. This is what video games been missing, and we got to lean back more into this versus, oh yeah, we gonna make everything crazy AAA. To the point where it's like, so now we can't even do the many details because y'all too focused on all this other shit. That it's like, yeah, they need to be all like, how much that game costs? Is it gonna make his money back, etc., etc. Like, I'm sure this right here will probably make his money back with 3 million units sold, 2 million units sold, and it'll probably do that before it even launches because it looks awesome. Oh, nighttime shit going down. There's a lot of flowers and things like that. It's very much like earthy, if that makes sense. The super creative character designs, not trying to be like nothing else. This game don't look like nothing else. Even though you can say, oh, it reminds you of Onimusha. You can say, oh, this aspect reminds me of Elden Ring or whatever. Like, yeah, but it doesn't look like any of those games. Exactly. Like, the art directed, like director direction, all of it is like its own thing. It's cool as hell. I like the sound of the enemy, like not the enemies, your people's chanting fighting the enemies. That's cool. If that's actually in the game and not just in the trailer. Jackie said, now we talk. Nah, this is cool as hell. Is that a mask? Character models are mad cool. You saw them doing the dancing? Yeah, this is fire. This shit is gonna do way more than 3 mil easily. Watch. Especially if it's good. If it's good, oh yeah. The ceiling for this is super high. I think this is what a lot of people have been missing, stuff like this. These are the kinds of games that actually made people look fondly on the PS2. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's good to have those back. Like, this shit is insane visually, like, insane. Gameplay looks crazy. Super impressive. Exactly. I 100% agree with you, Dennis. I prefer to have, multiple entries in the series.
Exclusive Xbox wire piece.
Oh, they put out an Xbox wire piece on this. Bruh, that was a show right there. That's how you do it. Did they give a date for the Capcom game? I didn't even know this. What was that, like 14 games? 15 games, something like that? I didn't count. I didn't count at all. I guess that's it. Alright, so now I'm going to switch to something that is actually, Xbox doing what Xbox do. And it's that right there. Alright, so yeah, that was awesome. There was a lot of good games in that. can't deny that. So they'll try, but you can't. You know, so yeah, like they've been doing shows consistently like this all the time. They really took that direct mindset and really said, yeah, we just gonna every other month, basically every month or every other month, we're gonna be doing something. And right now, you think they're not gonna do something between? All right, they just did a show in March. You got April, May, and then June is their next show. You think they're not gonna do that in April and May? Even if they're not, their first party, you know, major first party release of the year, Hellblade 2, will be dropping in May. You know what I'm saying? And you already know, like, Game Pass is stacked. This month, Diablo's going in there. This just dropped in there. You know, this is Warhammer Bolt Gun, you know, 40K. This is something that you, if you're interested in the next Warhammer Space Marine, which looks crazy, that 3-player Gears of War looking Warhammer game, yeah, this is basically that universe, so you can jump on this, but this is like, you know, Doom and stuff. So this is the opening of the game, the beginning, no weapon, just running around trying to, I never played it. This is my first experience with the IP, and so far it's been a good one. You know, I played, I want to say, like 3 levels. This was last night I played this. Yeah, but Game Pass, they just keep dropping stuff all the time. Jack, it definitely was a good show. What y'all thought of the show? Let me know in the comments, man. What y'all feeling on it? Come on, that was a partner preview. And I like the way that they followed up on what happened in the previous one. So if you watched the previous one, which I did, just to, you know, remind myself what was there, it was like, yeah, this is a continuation. Look at these games. They still good. Like, shit, watching that part in the preview, I was like, damn, yo, I forgot about this game, that game, and the Berserker game. That game looks sick. It's so many games that there's like, yeah, I'm going to play that, I'm going to play that. And some of those games ain't coming into Game Pass. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm still play those on Xbox. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely crazy. By the way, I bought Prince of Persia full price. Don't regret it at all. But right now, they're selling it on everything for like, I think $30, which is like a steal. Like, yo, buy that game. Make that game sell so that, you know, we get more games like that. Because these developers out here, these publishers be wild. And I don't want to compare Ubisoft to WB. I would never do that because Ubisoft actually is better about making games than WB is. Like, even Mortal Kombat, people got bothered by the way they were doing, you know, microtransactions in that game. But then it's like Hogwarts Legacy did numbers last year, right? 22, 23 million by now probably sold, right? And basically because Suicide Squad failed, and you know they put a lot behind that, but it's like, yo, y'all chose to do Suicide Squad, y'all bugging. But, you know, Warner Brothers been bugging with DC for years already. Now, just crush that dude. Yo, now WB is basically like, yeah, we gonna do basically service games, something that we could keep generating income with. I guess they're not happy with, you know, 22 million sold of Hogwarts and no more money coming in. You know, you would think maybe, I don't know, build on that, you know, and I guess you could do like oh yeah, take the engine, build on that, and make an online thing. But I'm just saying you could have just built on Hogwarts and say, oh yeah, here's DLC for it, more DLC for it, whatever. Monetize that in the way people would have liked. It's just like, I'm not saying people wouldn't like to have a Hogwarts to live in. Yeah, that sounds awesome, and I think they should do that. But not at the expense of Hogwarts Legacy 2. Not at the expense of doing other single-player games like in the Lord of the Rings IP or something. Like you had that, you know, the Rohan movie coming out, Lord of the Rings, and the War of the Rohirrim, right? And is there going to be a game tie into that? Or is it just like some throwaway thing? And I'm not even trying to knock mobile games. I'm just saying, you know, tie-in games like Hogwarts, like Spider-Man, like Indiana Jones prove that, yo, there's an audience for these games that want these games. And these games don't need to be crazy expensive. Like, the fact that we got Mutant Mayhem, I forget the name of the game. Jack, if you know the name of the game, you probably do. They just announced it. Not the arcade game being ported to console. They just announced a brand new Mutant Mayhem based brawler, right? And I'm like, that's 2 Turtle games, 2 IP. Yeah, they fired mad people from the last Ronin game, but that's still happening. I just saw somebody got a preview up on that. I forgot who it was. I ain't read it yet, but I was looking forward to reading that. I'll find it eventually. But the point is, like, it's cool to have all this turtle stuff going on. And it's like, yeah, the Mutant Mayhem game ain't some big AAA thing. It's just a brawler game. I'm like, yo, but if that game is multiplayer, playing with your friends, that's awesome. And that's the one thing I would ask. Like, if you just make it local and it's 4 players, it's 2024. You failed by doing that. Because the money that you would have spent on making that game online, you would have gained back because people would have been playing it. Like, yeah, I'm going to get that because it's 4 players. Let's play. Let's all run around. You know what I'm saying? It could be more than 4. It could be 5. It could be 6. You got the characters to fill in the damn, you know what I'm saying, roster. Like, it's Ninja Turtles. But, yeah, I'm happy that those games are happening and not with a super huge budget. There needs to be more of that. More of that. It's crazy that we got all this tech to play with, and there's not like 50, games like the Capcom one. I'm not knocking that game. I know that game visually is insane. I know the work that went into that game is insane. Development time probably was like 8 years on that game. But what was the budget like? Was it Spider-Man 300 million? I bet it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Even if the amount of time to make that game was longer, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the way I see it is like, listen, you can say whatever you want. Capcom right now just basically say y'all getting paid. When you look at Spider-Man situation, what did they do over there? They just fired people. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes that. Nobody's saying that in a glowing way. We saying the contrast is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like y'all sold 10 million and y'all fired people. What was the last game Capcom put out that sold 10 million? Now I know they probably got one, multiple. They got Resident Evil. They got giant IPs. They probably got mobile things they doing and all that. I understand all that, but PlayStation does too. You know what I'm saying? A huge aspect of Capcom's business lives and breathes off of PlayStation's business. You know what I'm saying? And they're not firing people left and right. And PlayStation is selling the most places they ever sold, lined up time. So what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, it's wild. And it's because, they got to hit these quotas to make these suits happy. If the suits ain't happy, then, games can't be made. Or, you understand, like, if you like Spider-Man, there's people who made aspects of that game who gone. Important people. And anybody who tells you, they got rid of, the not important people, I'm like, which one of those? You point them out to me. Let me know what you think and who you think is not important on a development team. So you look like a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Because every gear is important to make the car move. You know what I'm saying? You put one string on a car, that whole shit break down. You think a development studio ain't the same way? You're ridiculous. So it's like when you say, oh yeah, we just gonna cut a little bit of the fat. No, you fucking killing teams. You killing studios and you killing future entries of games. But people want to be like, oh, nah, it's okay. Listen, I could sit here and tell you when I'm being a hater or whatever, because I'll catch myself and be like, yo, I'm just hating right now. But when I'm genuinely honest, when I say, yo, listen, Sony got rid of the whole Japan. Y'all think y'all gonna be getting mad games other than PS4 games on PS5? Mad shit talking. Xbox 9, this, that. I'm like, Xbox is gonna be up. They doing everything in their power to be up. From mobile stuff to, they trying to get tapped into everything. Putting games almost everywhere. They got, you know what I'm saying, a true ecosystem, smart delivery. Like, and now you look and it's like, yeah, Sony going on 2 years of basically releasing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to shit on Spider-Man and say it's nothing. I'm just saying one game. If you got one game, it's nothing, bro. It's the same thing I said about, and I'm a diehard Nintendo fan, but it's the same thing I said in years when Nintendo was like, yeah, what y'all got? Skyward Sword. Like, that's it? All right, so this year's a wash. And everybody else would say that. The whole industry would say it. Sony has one game, and it's like, nah, you got to count and consider that. Nobody's saying they don't got third-party games. We know PlayStation is a third-party box first and foremost. Anybody who actually knows what PlayStation is knows this. It's been that from the beginning. That's never changed. The narrative of the house of first party, that's always been bullshit. You name them, and I'll prove to you that they don't exist because the developers who make them are dead. They're gone. Not the people, the studios. And you know what I'm saying? Like who gonna make the next Days Gone? What happened to the director of that game? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna make the next Gravity Rush? Who's gonna? I'm just at the next Bloodborne, the next. I'm asking like, who doing that stuff? Oh yeah, we need this, we need that. Like, come on, dudes be sitting there, a whole generation asking for a remake of Bloodborne, not Bloodborne 2. This is the goofiest shit I've ever seen in my life. But I bring all this up to say like, yo, the whole thing is just goofy. Nobody keeps it real with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So then all this suffering happens, and then they continue as like, yeah, let's talk shit on Xbox. Nah, what are you talking about? Xbox is putting on shows, entertaining me. I'm playing this game right here that I was eventually gonna buy. Eventually, and it's like, yeah, it's right here. I could just play it now. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And don't let developers tell you, oh yeah, nah, developers ain't making money by you not playing this. No, listen, if a developer claim that he ain't making money off a game that's in Game Pass, it's probably because Microsoft owned that game. They already got what they was gonna get, and that's it. Now Microsoft is the one who keeps that game in there, and it's just part of the ecosystem of Game Pass keeping it an enticing platform on top of the things that they're paying for, like Boat Gun, right here. You know what I'm saying? Like all the games that you just saw in this preview. Just saying, like people with their narratives is crazy now. Crazy, absolutely wild. Oh, it's called Wrath of the Mutants. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, I appreciate it. So, Creative John said, if I can just get a remake, remaster of the old Two Towers games from EA, that's all I want. Dude, give me Two Towers and Return of the King in one pack with online play, and I'll be happy. Those games are like $250 something, yo. No lie. Like, they're mad expensive. Like, it's crazy. Those games are classic. I regretted getting rid of those games, yo. But, you know, that was back in the day selling games to get games. Man, those games are legendary. Two of the greatest IP games ever. But even Enter the Matrix, what they did with that, it was a whole side story with movie deleted scenes in it and everything. Like, man, cool. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now it's like, yeah, we can't do something like that because it got to look this way. Who put that on y'all? Y'all, the owner of the audience put that on us. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. You know what I'm saying? Because Power ain't the best looking thing in the world. Do crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, when Fortnite started, it wasn't the best looking thing in the world. Now it's fucking crazy. But like, it's just bullshit. The whole Switch proves that fucking narrative is bullshit. You curated this narrative of first party exclusive, let's say on PlayStation. So then what people expected that. So then when people saying, yo, no games, no games. This was the narrative put by who? By them. Can't change it now. Oh, no, you got third party games. Nah, it's good. You know, we got a chance to breathe this year. Motherfucker, you had a chance to breathe the whole generation. You could have just stuck to PS4. You could have played all the same shit. No, I would have missed out. Name the 1 or 2 games that you would have missed out on. And on top of that, you could have played them on PC because you had that beast PC according to you, but now you don't. I'm just wondering. See the narratives. But I look at it and I just go, yo, like, all these lies is what makes this shit happens. Gamers act this way. The kids growing up, reading on the internet, the whole generation since 2013 is, oh yeah, Xbox ain't got no games. They missed out on fire-ass games while they was playing some mediocrity elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Probably. More than likely. Or playing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, or playing shit that wasn't sustainable, and now they ain't got no new entries in those. Wow, you guaranteed a Gears of War. Are you guaranteed a new Uncharted? I'm just asking. A new Ratchet and Clank? Are you guaranteed those? A new Sly Cooper? Because I guarantee you, you're gonna get another Forza Horizon. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's actually gonna happen. I guarantee you that within the next, I don't know, 18 months, there'll be a new Halo game announced. Something Halo be like, oh yeah, look, there's a new Halo thing happening. Like, that's not Infinite, something new. You know what I'm saying? I give to the next showcase next year, 2024, there's going to be a Halo there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you guarantee that. I'm just wondering, like, what studios got completely fucking fired to the point where I don't even want to keep going. It's no point. You know? It's no point. But anyway, oh yeah, speaking of, you mentioned emulators. I might as well speak on that. The crazy lawsuit that Nintendo just started, they just ended, and I was like, yo, how y'all do that? But they did, and I was like, yo, that's the power of Nintendo. It's crazy. So yeah, the Yuzu emulator, yeah, they shut that down. They got to pay over $2 million. They can't sell the thing no more. It's done. It's over with. That was quick. I didn't speak on it too much before, and I don't got to speak on it too much now. It's just, it's what it is. What happens? You know what I'm saying? What happens? But you know what I want to talk about right now? Let's talk about Timesplitters real quick. So Timesplitters, right? They just put out, and this is the shit that bothers me, and this goes with it too. With the and I'm not trying to put it on PlayStation because it's not like I'm putting it on PlayStation. It's people expecting games to look like Hellblade 2 and be 48 hours long. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, PlayStation had a big part in that, but Xbox, you know what I'm saying? They do their crazy looking games too. But then I look at it, but I go, but it's different because with PlayStation feels so tight. It's like, look at the way our game looks, and it's just a single player thing that you're gonna play one time, and be done with. I can't tell you what Xbox game does that. Well, I guess Hellblade 2, because Gears of War has multiplayer. It literally has Helldivers in it, in Horde mode, and regular multiplayer, and then it has a single player that's also co-op multiplayer. Shit is crazy. Like, I look at that, like, if PlayStation games are AAA games, Gears of War is quadruple A. You know what I'm saying? But somehow they still be going and doing anything. It's crazy. But yeah, let me just move on from that and talk about Timesplitters. So a developer basically leaked out some gameplay, and people immediately started shitting on it because, oh, it looks like Fortnite, right? Now, Timesplitters, what was Timesplitters? Timesplitters was a hodgepodge of characters, over 100 characters in Timesplitters Future Perfect, with a crazy looking animated art style that Fortnite looks like, factually. They did it first. The Free Radical art style, they did it first, and Fortnite looked like that. And I've said this for years. And I said that Free Radical basically could have a Fortnite on their hands with Timesplitters. So the fact that they had third person mixed with the first person, it did resemble Fortnite, but you could see the Timesplitters in there, the characters and everything, the art style. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. This is amazing. I want this game. I want this game. And I'm never going to get that game, more than likely. Because, you know, giant corporations want to be buying these studios and then doing nothing with them. I'm like, what did y'all expect? Just like an instant return? Like, y'all was going to, oh, yeah, we're going to buy video game studios and money's just going to start pouring in. It's like, no. Games aren't just sitting there generating money 24/7 like Minecraft, Roblox, and Fortnite. Not every game is doing what Warzone is doing, what Apex Legends is doing. You know what I'm saying? That was me jumping right there trying to boost across, not realizing you couldn't do that, and not realizing that your regular jump is mad far, actually. But anyway, yeah, like, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that game looks awesome, and all people was doing, oh yeah, hating on the visual. And then in that aspect, I could see why developers be like, nah, we chase trends because look how gamers act. You know, like, oh, if something is too similar, like it's not similar, they shit on it. But then if it's too similar, they shit on it. It's like, it's just crazy. That's what I say. Look, I just feel like this because I feel like I just contradicted myself mad hard. This is what I truly feel. So I get my point across. Saying what I feel usually is what works. A lot of art out there, shit that people claim art, Hollywood, music, that shit is tainted. Shit been tainted for over 30 years. Easy. Video games been alive for about that. You know what I'm saying? And in respected terms, like, video game been around, like, you know, 50 something years already. But I'm just saying, in respected terms, maybe 10. And let's be honest here. Everybody had basement jokes until, you know, YouTube and Twitch happened and people started making money. Then video games, oh, no, it's cool to talk about it in public. Fuck out of here with that. Like, anyway, video games right now is in its becoming the Hollywood shit, the music industry shit, the shit where the art ain't what's winning and shit is by committee and all of that. That's what video games is getting into. And that's how I used to get always pissed off when people used to try to act like Nintendo was that back in the day. Oh, Nintendo is just marrying each other. They just make the same games over and over. They play it safe. I'm like, how? When they literally turn it on its head, or like every single time, like literally Mario main gimmick was on his head in the last game. Understand, like, Zelda, you can't point at no other Zelda game that looks like Tears of the Kingdom other than Breath of the Wild. It's direct predecessor. Like, bro, they literally flipped all their series on their head. Like, people think, oh yeah, you know, they just sitting there making the Metroid Prime 4. What's taking so long? You know, the part that makes it a new game. The reason why we haven't gotten the F-Zero until they actually did my idea. And I can say that with my whole chest, because I literally have hundreds of episodes of podcasts where every single one I was saying, yo, Battle Royale F-Zero, Battle Royale F-Zero, Battle Royale F-Zero. And now it exists. So yeah, pat on the back. Like yo, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that they don't understand that video games, yo, sometimes the answer is right in front of you. Community. The arcade. A lot of times I say, like, yo, who's making these video games? Are they actually people who love this medium? Because it feels like the people who love this medium are doing just fine. And then the suits who are trying to control the people who love the medium, and I mean the big giant corporations controlling every game that's a big game, it's an issue. You find the issues. You see the issues. Versus the indie games where it's like, yeah, the group of people got together and decided to make this game. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody who had a vision and said, yeah, I got these people together to help me make this vision come to reality. And then something crazy comes out of it. And this is like, because video games is still, first and foremost, about the art. It hasn't been tainted yet. And so the shit that seeps through is the shit that is just raw and real. So somebody will wonder, like, why the fuck is something like Power World that's a janky looking mess? Probably will do more numbers than the Ava game that we just saw. And Ava looks far more long, not done. It looks not in beta, it looks done. Unlike, you know, Power World. And it's like, it's just, it connect with audience, community. You know what I'm saying? And an idea of what people want. You know what I'm saying? To come true. And then it does in a way that maybe it might, like, I don't know how many people still playing Power World hard, like, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I said, like, anybody who thinks, like, Power World did anything to hurt Pokemon, I was like, y'all goofy with it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this doesn't even register on changing anything with Pokemon fans. Like, anybody who claims that they're not going to be there for the, you know, the next Legends game, no matter what that shit look like, they lying. And the sales will prove it. And we're like, see? Exactly. You talk all that, and it's because at the end of the day, well, people love their Pokemon. But yeah, like, you know, that game is getting a lot of shit because now Pokemon just feels like a game that it's just made to be a cash grab because they know it's going to make money. So so even though there's like, oh yeah, there's new things and you know, different ways to interact with your Pokemon, and people love it. You know what I'm saying? They love the mega, you know, transformation and all that they had in the previous one. Like, oh yeah, keep that, bring this and that. Like, there's always something that people like from the new entries. You can feel, and anybody who's gonna be honest is gonna say, yeah, but they literally super cheap with it. See, saying cheap is different from saying lazy. I'm not saying the developers are lazy. I'm saying Game Freak is cheap. They don't give a shit about making that game look like, well, let's just say look like the money it makes. You know, that game doesn't look like that. With the money Pokemon makes, there shouldn't be Pokemon-like looking games looking better than Pokemon, even on the Switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, art direction should be pushed to the maximum, just like Zelda is. Why? Because those are the actual big AAA games of the world where, you know, let's just say, no matter what, are going to go out and buy it. You're guaranteed to make the money. You can't say that about a lot of other games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, put the work in. Because you guarantee 15 million sales every single fucking time. It's like, that makes sense to me. Spider-Man 300 million don't make sense to me. If they say, yo, we're making a $300 million Pokemon game, why the fuck would I even blink? Why would I care? I would say they make that back in the day. If they say we're going to make a MMO Pokemon game, it's going to cost like $300 million to make. Shit is going to be, you know, available everywhere through the cloud, not even on a Nintendo platform. It's just going to be everywhere. Like, you could play it on your console, but it's a Pokemon world. All right? You just play it, like, on your phone, you got a screen, you could just jump on your Pokemon world. Like Fortnite is right now, right? And you go on that shit, and it's just, yeah, we running around, we collecting Pokemon, the seasons update, brand new Pokemon come in, and you can start at the beginning. And then you can finally get to the years where it's like, all right, now we're making new Pokemons, but we've been working for years on new designs, just in drawing terms, not in 3D models or nothing like that. The 3D models we've been working on is old shit. So by the time you like in year 3, you finally hitting the new Pokemon. Like, you think people will give a shit? Hell no. People would just be like, yo, this is awesome. We got these. And you could work your way up because, yeah, we know we're not going to get all of them at once. It's fucking a trillion Pokemon out there. So then it's like, yeah, there's no more Pokemon to catch. And then you going around the world. Some people you'll see that running around catching Pokemon. Some people are running around battling. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You could choose to play the game how you want. You just go into the seamless open world. That's money right there. That's more money than anything. Because think about you decorating your Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Like, character. And them putting in new hair, new this, new that. Tying characters. Like, oh yeah, you could have, your trainer look like this person, that person, or wear clothes from this person. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Pokemon trainers have a lot of tech on them. So you can have headphones on. They could put music in, just like what Fortnite is doing. They could do all that shit in Pokemon. All of it. They just won't. And is it leaving money on the table? It's probably the most shameful money left on the table in all of entertainment. What do you mean? Like, dudes been asking for this for, hell, let me say correctly, not even dudes, because that implies just men. Not when I say, I mean everybody. But male, women, literally, I think goddamn cats and dogs, bro. We're all asking for Pokemon MMO. Give me Pokemon World. Nope, it ain't never gonna happen. And then any little hint of it, tease of it, when the last Pokemon game was coming out, it's 4 players running around. And then people saw how bad the online was, like, expected, because, well, you already know. But anyway, then Power World happens, and people thought it was what it was, and look at the way that shit rolls astronomically. Anybody with a brain could tell you, listen, fill a gap that people ain't doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And that, a giant audience want, and you're probably going to eat. You're probably going to eat very well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. Like, how there wasn't another Grand Theft Auto game out there other than Saints Row is weird. Like, on Microsoft, I bring back True Crimes. I bring it back. I swear I would. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about, remaster a game just to test the water. No, I bring back the goddamn series. And I make it smaller, tight. I'm not trying to be Grand Theft. All you need is the online little open world, and then you can have fun in there with your friends, and that'll do numbers easily. Like, you just have to do it. Especially with Microsoft, who's big enough that they could push it, Game Pass, or push it to do numbers by itself. It just feels like they're not letting, like, there's no trust. They just want the end result, but they don't trust the art, the process anymore, like a lot of these big studios. So they pull in the EA, and it's like, yeah, we're not gonna do not EA, WB. We're not gonna do no more single player things. We only gonna try to chase what Sony said they were gonna chase when they had 12 live service games, and now they down to like 4. And you ain't seeing none of those till sometime late 2025, more than likely. Well, Helldivers is probably one of them. That one counts. I don't know. Like, they got to reevaluate what they doing. A lot of these giant studios here in North America too, because it's wild. Like, one thing I will say, because I mentioned EA, like, you see EA originals like Zao, like, they've been doing that. I loved Unraveled. I loved did they do what was that was it like that Fi game, whatever it was called? I think that was EA originals too. Beat that game also. Obviously, It Takes Two, amazing. It's crazy, like, who would have thought? Remember when EA made that statement about, like, oh yeah, single player games ain't shit, something like that. And then people got mad at them, was like, this is why EA fucking sucks. And I'm like, I don't understand who this dude is saying this, because they just dropped, Star Wars, and they just dropped this, that, and I was naming these single player games, and I'm like, yeah, they even It Takes Two isn't like some, multiplayer thing only. Like, I mean, it is a multiplayer thing only, but it's a single player like thing. It isn't like a kill each other thing. Like, they've been making a lot of different games, variety of video games, hitting all kinds of demographics, I feel. And they still doing that, and Kazaa is a single player game. And it's like now EA became one of the better ones where it's like, yo, look, they actually, let me not speak too soon, because they're, I mean, like, I know they lay off people all the time, but I'm just saying, they actually, it seems like the people over there greenlighting stuff aren't some absolute cowards. Let's just say that. Like, nah, like they just not, oh yeah, let's just get the bag. Let's make this one kind of game. No, it seems like they're trying to, because video games is that, right? Like, you got to try to make a variety of things to see what works. Because, I mean, it's just weird, the things that take over. What's that Switch game with the little watermelons and everything? It's a little, I don't even know if it's a puzzle game. Like, I guess you could say it's like a puzzle Tetris-like kind of thing where you matching things. And it's like, that shit did crazy numbers. And if you showed somebody that and was like, yeah, you should greenlight this game, get the fuck out of here. What's that gonna do for us? And then it's like, it comes out and it's like, yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you. And it's crazy because a lot of these things are so cheap. You look at it like, this wasn't an expensive game. So how expensive would it be for a company to just get like dozens of those indie games and be like, look, we'll give you a bag, we'll publish this game, we'll get a cut, and we'll give it this much marketing. It's way more than what you would have ever been able to do. And let's just see what it do. You never know, because it could just blow up on Switch, it could blow up on mobile. Let's just have it everywhere, see what happens. And it feels like a lot of them not even doing that because they just want to chase the big thing. And a lot of these guys, it feels like the answer for them is just go after the big thing. I was talking about Timesplitters. I don't know how the fuck I got here. But, yeah, it's sad, man, that stuff like Timesplitters just gets canceled. Even games you look forward to, like The Last Ronin, it's like, yeah, what's that developer, looking like right now? Or what's that game looking like right now? Because it probably was going to be something else, and then it turned into something else when it was like, yeah, we don't got that much manpower no more, so we can't do that. Dude jumped in the car. Tried to take my car, jumped in the car with him. Yeah, so it's just weird. It's weird how I don't know, like, they're not valuing artists. But yeah, I get it too when they put it on gamers too. But again, I gotta say, like, a lot of it is you build games. Listen, there was an era where gamers like loved a specific style of game that today they'll be like, oh yeah, that we ain't gonna do that no more today because it wouldn't make money. And I'm like, all right, maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that shit was burnt. Nobody wanted maybe 15 years ago, nobody wanted a Quake arena shooter. Maybe nobody wanted a Timesplitters like game. Maybe nobody wanted name it like actual F-Zero GX. But now today, maybe they do. And you don't know. Maybe, shit comes around full circle. So now maybe somebody wants those kinds of games. Maybe they want smaller games. And I see a lot of people say they actually want shorter games. Like, cool, you want to do a 5-hour thing, a 10-hour thing, go ahead, do that, But then obviously you're always going to have the people going to shit on stuff's graphics. But that's always been there too. People who going to shit on a game's graphics. So I don't know why that becomes the main thing people got to chase and follow. Like, yeah, we got to have this high fidelity, because if we don't, then y'all going to shit on it. I'm like, maybe the internet, but the internet ain't the whole general, video game audience that could potentially make your game a hit. It's weird. So you said, Jack said that the gaming media don't want to talk about it. What are you talking about, like Sony stuff? Nintendo has games everyone wants to play. Oh yeah, Nintendo has stuff all the time. And even this year is light. I won't say it's light until I see the next direct. If the next direct ain't got shit in it, then yeah, then we know we in for a trash year. But yeah, they always got stuff. There you go, Dennis. That's a good example. Fighting games, like you see King of Fighters is on fire. Tekken is on fire. They just announced new fighting games IP that look insane. Street Fighter is, I mean, at the top of its game right now. Mortal Kombat, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Other than the microtransaction with Mortal Kombat, everything's been positive with that game. I'm like, well, like I don't understand why they don't see, like, yo, sometimes things swing back around. And I think Nintendo understands that. And I think that's why something like F-Zero 99 was probably them. Hey, let's see something real quick. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, like, it's just weird. And Xbox ain't safe either. Like, they got so many animated IPs now. And it's like, even before that, like, the fact that they never tried nothing with Banjo since Boats, while everybody's like, yo, give us another Banjo game. You know? And they ain't even try to do something small. Something like, why it can't just be an indie thing? Even a side-scrolling platform, it might not be what people want. But we're going to be like, look, we're doing this Banjo thing. Side-scrolling platformer. Just people seeing the IP come back in the way, I think they would be excited. Because Prince of Persia, look, people hated on that when they first showed it off. Oh, it ain't the sands of time. Which is whack that they did that because, you know, it's just nostalgia over the same thing. Because this game is better. But people turned around on it and was like, oh, nah, that game is, you know, great. And when it was, you know, finally coming out, a lot of people turned around on it. And it's like, you just got to give shit a chance. And a lot of the times they don't. Jack said, I honestly don't believe this year for Nintendo is going to be bad. Nor disappointing like year 2 of Switch. When we had to wait, you know, on Smash Bros. But this year's a lot of remake tier 2 IPs. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a Star Fox game. But you never know. But what, like, if they ever do a Star Fox game that's 4 players, co-op beating the whole game, which they should, because how many games have we got co-op 4 players beating? The fact that It Takes Two runs on the Switch perfectly, and it's a co-op, you know, only game. Like 4-player Star Fox, that's where the money's at, because then it gets everybody to, oh, word, they got multiplayer, but then they also got the story mode is in. You know, you could play it over and over, and then you do new seasons, make it like a show with, like, I don't know. I think that's what you got to do. But then they'll be like, yeah, what you asking for is a gamble. And I'm saying, no, what I'm asking for is art. It's the art of the craft of video game making, yo. Star Fox is a 4-player game. Just because the single player never was, doesn't mean that wasn't what it always should have been. I played every single game. And I've been saying this shit for years. Like, yo, playing this single player, y'all be in the other planes right next to me flying, like, that would be awesome. Have they ever done it? No. They just never tried. And I'm like, that's where the money's at. You have Star Fox basically needs to be Gears of War. As messed up as that might sound to people, like, what? That doesn't make sense. No, it really is. It's the same shit. It's a militant game, but it should be a co-op single player. You should have a horde-like thing where you just find waves of enemies, you know, in your R-Wing, switching to your tank, switching to on foot and all that. That'll be fantastic. And then you having your multiplayer dogfights and stuff like that. And then you could even have a battle royale mode. You got tanks, you got planes, you got on foot. It's right there. This could be Star Fox. With the gameplay you're looking at right now, it could be Fox McCloud. And the fucking person could just come in the R-Wing with somebody on the side of it, just like you could in Assault, shooting down on this rock right here, like, and I'll have a turret gun and all that, you know what I'm saying? Made by goddamn Rob and all that, like, but they won't do it. And what I'm saying right here isn't rocket science. If it was announced today, everybody would be like, yo, 10 out of 10, can't wait to play this. If it was announced for the next Nintendo console, people would be going crazy. It's right there. Like, the ideas is right there. They just got to apply them. I be seeing so many of these other games, and I'm like, this is just that Nintendo thing, but Nintendo just won't do it. So they just keep it, you know, dormant. Like, anything could be Battle Royale. That's what people don't understand. Like, Forza got a Battle Royale mode in it, right? Eliminator. But you could do a battle royale punch out, where it's just like you in the lobby waiting your turn to go fight, and then you fight and you take the reign, and it's like how long you can last, but everybody you fighting is actually real people. Like, until the connection is lost or you get knocked out or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you could even do that. But will they? No, because they're going to look like, oh, nah, it's online. You got to pay for that. You got to do this. You know, it's like, all right, cool. And if it don't work, you shut it down. Just make sure you got offline stuff with bots so you can still play the thing. That's my whole thing. So that things don't disappear like Knockout City. Knockout City was a great game, you know? And you can't even experience that game no more and play it. And that was legit. Gameplay-wise, what they did there with Dodgeball, it gets no better than that. I said that was a 10 out of 10. It was mad fun. The thing that killed it for me was when they dropped the turtles, I was hyped. I went on it, and it was like, no, you if you buy the turtles, you only can play with them here. You can't play with them on Switch and whatever. I'm like, what? It's not like Fortnite? Not doing it, not buying it. It's the same thing with like Walking Dead. I love Walking Dead. People know this. But I haven't bought Michonne yet in Call of Duty because it's like, give him $25. I got Rick because he was part of the Battle Pass, which I already had the points to get that in game by just playing. I'm like, buying her is like, yeah, but if they take it away like they've done before, because this is not Fortnite, then I'm going to be mad. And it was like, what's the point? I got her in Fortnite, though. I got everybody Walking Dead in Fortnite. And I just feel better with it this. So I said, I'll just probably stick with Rick. But I do want Michonne, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We'll see. I don't like burning money, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing worse than you putting money into something. And then I'm being like, all right, that's it. You got your value out of it. Like, no, I want my digital purchase forever. I don't care if your company to go out of business. Do what Ultraviolet did. Oh yeah, all your movies is migrating to Vudu, which is now Fandango at home. Cool. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing like that. If any of these companies go out of business, your shit should still be sent to, you know, another console. Not even sent. Like, put it like this. Let's say, all right, I'm going to paint the scenario. PlayStation goes out of business today. Or Xbox. Fuck it. Whichever one you want. Right? For your fanboy heart to feel good. But in this case, we're going to do PlayStation. Why? Because this is the NX podcast. God damn it. So PlayStation go out of business. Right? If I'm Xbox, I say, all right, before y'all fucking close your doors, shut down, and start deleting shit, let us go in there. And I'll tell PlayStation owners this, like, give us time. We gonna migrate your fucking PSN account and your purchases to Xbox. That means if that third-party game is available and you had it digitally, you got it again on Xbox. You know, so that the migration from a PlayStation fan, because the console's dead, coming to this side will be seamless. That'll be good for the customer. They would love you for that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it just makes it feel like, oh yeah, the thing that died is still alive though, because I still got all the stuff. And then eventually when those IPs start getting milked again, it's, oh yeah, you own Uncharted, we got that now, we got this, we got that. Let's say Capcom, like, they shit got sold for parts. So Capcom owns Last of Us and Square owns Uncharted. But they're like, yeah, we got to deal with them. So the old games, you still get them. Now the funds just, you know, will go to them for the people who buy it through Xbox Store. You know, like if I'm not a good example because I don't have those games. I bought them before, but digitally I don't have them, so I am a good example. Like I said, I bought them digitally. You'd be like, yeah, like, you have to pay. And the money will go to the rightful owners. But people who came from PlayStation, if your PlayStation account say you own Uncharted 1, 2, 3, Uncharted 1, 2, 3, it comes on the Xbox, you know, store, you got those. So you can download them. Exactly what Xbox fans been having forever. Like, if you've been buying games since the 360 digitally, since arcade, you still got those games on your current Xbox. You just get it and you just play and you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that simple. Yeah, man. Let's see. What gameplay should I throw on now? Let's go with some Yuzu. So yeah, like, actually, let me save this because I already know I'm kind of getting close to the end of this podcast, but I want to throw on some. I know I got some. Yeah, here we go. Let's do some Forza Horizon. Yeah, man. This was a good show though. I love that there's been, all these shows too. I hate when I gotta come on these podcasts and talk about people getting fired. But I love when I gotta do oh look, Nintendo's having a indie showcase. They're gonna have a little partner direct, or Xbox is having a partner show, or developer direct or something. Like, it's just cool to have these shows all the time. And this year's been good. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's done shows, right? Like the three major players. Like, Sony had their show, Xbox already done a couple, Nintendo did one. I'm sure they'll probably announce one soon enough. They got to, right? Like, I mean, after Peach, it's pretty much dry. Like, you're gonna have Mario Day, right? Yeah, you're gonna have Mario Day, which they'll announce some stuff probably for, like, Luigi's Mansion and Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. But yeah, that's not a direct. So I think they will have a direct or something. Listen, they said they're gonna sell 15 million Switches. That means they gotta have games, right? It can't just be off the back of what's already out. So I expect them to actually, have a show soon enough and show us more new games. It can't just be Peach this year. And I'm be honest, I told you, like, I don't want to buy no more Switch games. I said, if anything, I'll just get GameFly and I'll rent some games, because I don't want to get caught in a situation where the new games that I buy, oh yeah, now they playable on the next console. Plus, I want to see what they do with backwards compatibility, forwards compatibility. I'm just gonna wait. I said, ain't no harm in waiting. I got plenty to play. Y'all know this. I'm playing right now, Tears of the Kingdom right now. That's exclusive on the Patreon. And yeah, I got Prince of Persia and plenty of other games that, GameStop, you heard me? Game Pass never ends, man. Game Pass never ends. The games don't stop coming out at all. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I wonder when they're gonna reveal the next Horizon game too, because we're getting close to that. It's almost due. It's almost due. That time is almost here. And I wonder where they're gonna go. I know everybody wants Japan. I don't know if they're gonna do Japan, but I hope it's something good. So yeah, I saw Avatar, the show. I haven't finished the show yet, but I saw that the next season, the next season, we actually got 2 seasons actually, confirmed, which is pretty damn cool. Season 2 and season 3. That's awesome. Actually, we posted that right now. But yeah, what else, man? What else do I want to talk about before I wrap this thing up? Y'all got some questions y'all want to ask? Ask away in the chat. Yeah, by the way, the Mutants Unleashed game though, I like the way it looks, and again, this is simplistic art style, but I'm like, it don't look to me from the images they show, like something that's this is ugly to look at. Like, nah, it looks cool. It looks cool, and we need more shit like that. More games like that. So yeah, the Stalker trilogy is out today, which is crazy. Which is wild. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast though. Let me just tell you that. Because I feel like, I don't want to sit here with nothing to talk about. I talked about the Timesplitters this week a little bit. Like, you know, like I like the way it looked. It looked like, yeah, it looked like Fortnite, but Timesplitters looked like Fortnite. You go look at Timesplitters 3, the art style, and you bring that art style today to today's hardware. It's basically Fortnite. Like the you know, weirdly proportioned, a bit realistic looking humanoid characters and things like that. 100 characters, a variety of characters, all different shapes and sizes, which was different from Fortnite, because Fortnite, everybody's the same size, so that the gameplay, you know, is the same and stuff. But yeah, man, it was, you know, super cool to see that. But it hurt, man. It hurts. It hurts a lot. So yeah, Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants Unleashed. That shit is available now for pre-order on Amazon, and it's only $40. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely pick that up. Why not? At some point, I ain't gonna pick it up right now. I'm just saying, because game, like, we'll see how good it is. Because now these games be dropping in prices so quick too. That's the other thing. It's wow. Man, yeah, that Capcom game, the Path of the Goddess. Definitely want to play that. I'm gonna be honest. I want to play that. And if that game does numbers, that's gonna be a good thing. That's gonna be a good thing. Cause it's just gonna show, like, y'all don't have to, you know, do the whole damn just, oh, the highest graphical fidelity. You don't got to. That was a good show to me, though. And the games that I'm gonna tell you which games right now I like the most. Awakening was cool. That was the one where she was like controlling people. Damn, it's hard. The altars look crazy. But I'm gonna go with Creatures of Ava. Right? I'm not gonna count Tales of Kenzera because I've been hyping that already since we first saw it. I already bought it. It's already bought. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to, let's just make that number one then, because I literally, you know, bought that game full price. So I'm gonna go with Creatures of Ava and the first Berserker, and then Path of the Goddess. Those are my top three: Creatures of Ava, the first Berserker, Kazan, and Path of the Goddess. Those look crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Whoa. And I like that Chucky thing is crazy because it was like, yeah, Roblox. I was like, wait, what? That's weird. What? Okay, cool. Cool. But yeah, man. That's it. I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks to y'all for tuning in. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Until the next one, peace.